Just came to think of it like 30 seconds ago, just to make a quick video about it. Why everybody on the world should study the Finnish language spoken in Finland. Here's my view on that topic. Well, if you do learn Finnish, which you can, because there's plenty of material out there, and if you don't like them, I'll create my own for free. For you, just give it to whatever. The point is that you should learn Finnish instead of some other language, because well, straight off the bat, that's wrong. There's no like you should only learn one foreign language and that's it. Of course not. But let me give you some good reasons why you should learn Finnish. Is well, those reasons are the same as why you should learn Navajo or why you should learn Inuit, one of those Inuit languages. Why you should learn something indigenous. Well, Finnish is not indigenous, but if you want to study the closest indigenous language to the Finnish language, it's gotta be the Northern Sami language spoken in Finland. But you don't have that much material to study that language. However, the closest well studied and well documented language is Finnish. It's not like a dialect of Northern Sami, but it's really not that unintelligible either. So, knowing Finnish will definitely help learning Northern Sami, vice versa. Uh, so, the logic, the language is very similar. Oh, why you should learn an indigenous language at all? Well, for example, speaking Finnish and understanding the Finnish culture will help you a lot. Like if you emigrate to America, because in Finland, well, it's next to Russian border, so I think we all might just have to evacuate from here. It's Putin's playground, so to speak. So then Finnish people will find it very useful that they have this Finnish understanding of culture. Because in America, you got the indigenous Americans, so they got those sweat lodges. The Finnish people have their sweat lodges, and drink too much coffee. My heart is giving me a ticking. Oh fuck. So I guess I shouldn't drink any more coffee. Fuck. Um, yeah, that's one of those bad things about. Finnish people have this portal to indigenous people because, as you see, we go crazy about coffee. We give ourselves ticks in the heart and we think we should drink more because we are not built for drinking coffee. We're not built for drinking alcohol. We are just not built to live like the white man. We are built to live like the black man in the in tribes in tune with the mother nature, filling our sweat lodge with the holy essence of the mother earth, like mother earth bringing us a bouquet and we fill the whole room with the steam of that bouquet of buds. um, it's like going to church. And so yeah, learning Finnish will help you to understand the indigenous. Finnish people are somewhere in between indigenous and white people because they still love their sweat lodges, but they have totally banned ganja and mushrooms, and alcohol is semi-banned, which is good, but it just shouldn't be allowed at all in this create a reservation called Finland because it doesn't make sense. We are not white. And, well, for me, I'm pink. And, and you know, the Finnish language, just like learning almost any American Indian language, is like, it's so complex that it's really great for your thinking. Because if you're like an English speaker or you're like a Russian speaker, um, well, for example, if an English speaker learns Swedish, then that English speaker will be learning a language that is like much like Old English or another variation of Old English, and then it grows up and gets to the modern age. But it's like it's just a variation of your language. So are you gonna learn something new? Don't think you're gonna learn any new ways of thinking. You're just gonna learn. Now I know where this came from into my language. And so it's gonna give you some really nice, curious insights and a lot of fun, but it's not really gonna teach you a new way of thinking. It's the same way of thinking, just with a different spelling and a different pronunciation. Um, well, Finnish, it just challenges your brain way more than learning Chinese, because, like, you know, like in some of those American Indian languages, well, you can see this feature that it's just so precise. You do these small things in the language that just gives you so much more clues and preciseness that it's really, it just challenges your brain to think. Um, Chinese is great. It's very visual, so you can like challenge your brain into trying to see the meaning behind that symbol of those Chinese of a Chinese character. Like you can try to think like, how come this image became to represent this meaning? And sometimes you can see that the image looks a bit like something, and hence it means that. Okay, that's also great for, you know, Chinese gives you that kind of visual thing. However, if you really want to challenge your brain, you want to take a language that's so goddamn complex that there's these small markers in the language that doesn't exist in Western languages, in English or other languages spoken in Europe. They exist in Native American languages, they exist in Finnish, they exist in Eskimo language, Inuit. I'm allowed to say Eskimo because I'm like a little bit of Eskimo in my blood. And I just prefer the word, and I prefer the word American Indian. So I say it, but I say it with the greatest of respect. I love America. God bless America. And I could be an American soldier. However, the greatest Americans, no doubt in my mind, are the real Americans, American Indians, and the Native Americans, the Americans native to the land. Yeah, so I guess my whole fucking point in this video is that if you're nuts about indigenous language stuff and indigenous culture, and you can't find a chieftain to teach you their native, aboriginal, indigenous tongue, and you're not willing or able to just relocate and live amongst a tribe in a sweat lodge, then what you can do is you can learn Finnish, because it's it just, you don't need a Finnish teacher. There's a lot of material, and it's well researched, this language. So guess I should mention that Daniel Tamay guy from UK who made interesting comparisons between Finnish and Estonian languages, where he tried to develop a fusion of Estonian and Finnish language so that it would have more meaning, so that you could clearly see the root of the words and how the whole word view is. But whatever, I would just recommend you to study some ancient culture stuff, how there would be these natural healers in Finland, and the original meaning of sauna, adopted from the Scythians, and so forth. Well, who has time to blabber?